Hello crafty viewers! For today's card, we are going to make this quick, last-minute Valentine's Day card. Now, you might be stuck at home because perhaps where you live there's been a bunch of snow or it's 50 below with wind chill and you just don't feel like going out. So I put this card together using pieces that came in the December Beary Comforting paper pumpkin kit, as well as some of the dies that I normally use in my everyday crafting. This idea came to me from my mom, actually. She designed a few of these to sell to people, and I'm just so darn proud of her. We started crafting together a year ago at Christmas when they came here to visit and put together some stuff in a craft kit, and she enjoyed it so much that as a birthday gift for her, I actually enrolled her in Paper Pumpkin and got her going on those, and she had so much fun putting those together that not only did she continue her subscription, but she actually became a demonstrator, and now she's off busy selling cards and designing cards. And I thought this was so cute that I just had to share it with you. So sit back and watch how I put this very sweet, very cute Valentine's card together. Okay, let's get started with our card. So, as I had mentioned in the intro, this is going to be using some pieces out of the December Beary Comforting paper pumpkin kit. And this came out, and at the time I didn't put it together. But what I love about this kit is that there are so many different little pieces that were included in it, including these very adorable little koala bears. And so I wanted to put this together as a Valentine's Day card. And you can see that you can have it as a birthday, just sending flowers, sharing cupcakes, and we're going to be using the hearts here. What I like about Paper Pumpkin is that even if you don't make or if you do make all of the cards as intended in the kit, there's still so many extra little pieces that are left over that you can use for other projects, such as this one. So we have the heart, we got the little koala bears. Now, if you take a look at these koala bears, they do have a little cutout on their hands to hold on to something. So we'll just pop that out real quick. Now this card is going to be a 10-fold card, and we're just using a piece of white cardstock cut to 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4 here to make a top folding card. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. Now I have a half sheet of real red paper, and on the first piece I am going to be using this combination of dies, and that is out of the Ornate Layers die set. So these are the 2 larger frames out of that die set. And there's also a bunch of other rectangular frames that are on that die set as well that are really pretty. And I thought that this was just a real pretty look on this card when my mom designed it. So we're going to take one piece and we're going to cut it. I have it centered like this so that there's an even amount all around on the left and the right. And then for the other piece, we are going to be taking this stitched rectangle die, and that one is the 4th from the largest or the 5th from the smallest, and that fits right here on a piece of real red cardstock. Now I'm going to go run this through my die cutting machine and I will be right back. Okay, through the magic of video, here we have our pieces. Now this is the piece that was cut out from the inside of the frame. And I'm going to set this aside and we can use this later. I don't need it for right now, but it is so pretty and I'm sure I'll find something that I can use this with. Now this little heart, you can see, has gold embossing on it, gold foil on it. And so I want to pick that gold foil up. So I have a piece of, I think this is either gold or brass mirrored cardstock foil sheet, and I have this cut to 4 1/8 by 2 3/4. And that is just slightly larger all around than my stitched frame, rectangle frame here. So I can mount this on here. Why don't we do that real quick? I'm just going to flip that over again, see what my margins are before I adhere it down. And this is probably the one thing that I do that's really helpful to remember exactly how much space I have to reveal all around, and it helps it more evenly stick down on the first attempt. So there we have that. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. Now the next thing that we can do is adhere down this onto our card base. Now I can do one of a couple things. I am actually going to use some glue on this, but you could use, if you're careful, you could probably use some tape runner on it. You could use your fine tip glue pen, but there's enough space all around on this that we'll just glue this down. The nice thing about the glue is it does let you reposition it to get that nice and centered on there. We can now put this piece right there in the middle. You just want to make sure that there's an equal amount showing on each side. There we go. Now for our little koalas here. And before I adhere them down, I do want to work on my sentiment strip. Now, on the card that my mom made, she used one of the sentiment strips that came with the paper pumpkin kit. There's actually gold foiling on 2 of these, but because I was going to be using the stamp from the Always in My Heart stamp set, this is Be My Valentine, I decided that I was also going to use the curvy banner die, and this came in the floral heart dies, and this is part of the bundle. And so I thought that this would be really cute, and I cut it out of a strip of Whisper White cardstock, and it was maybe, I don't know, inch and a quarter by, let's just say 5.5 inches long. And there are 2 score marks that are on this die. The first score mark from the center, you fold under, and then this second score mark, you fold back. And what that gives you is a little banner like this. So under and then back. And let's stamp that real quick with our sentiment. And I'm going to be using the Be My Valentine stamp, and that is out of the Always in My Heart set. If you had another Valentine stamp, I think probably the Itty Bitty Wishes or Teeny Tiny Wishes, that one I'm sure has a Valentine sentiment on there. But for this one, I thought this was really cute. That's perfect on the first try. That's great. Now on the inside of the card, you can stamp, there's a couple of different sentiments that you could put on the inside of the card, and I thought that the best kind of friend is the kind like you. It'd be really cute because that really goes along nice with the little koala bears. But even if you didn't have a chance to pick this stamp set up in time for Valentine's Day, it still makes a very lovely happy anniversary card. And here's to another year of happily ever after. Now these are available in the January to June mini catalog, and they should be up at the front of the catalog. Now to adhere this down, I'm going to do a couple things. One, I am going to put some tape on either end here. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals in the middle. And with my koala bears here, let's figure out how much room we have. This just barely fits. So I'm going to tuck this under like this. That will give you the elevated feature without having it glued down. I didn't want to put any adhesive under here to kind of let it pop up and be 3D like that. So now our little bears here, they just need a little bit of adhesive on the back, and we are going to pop up the heart on some dimensionals as well. Now that we know where they can sit, and I'm actually going to put their little butts down here, sitting on top of the, there we go, and we're going to pop this little hand up. And these little cutie patooties are just going to hold on to this heart. The paper pumpkin kit that is coming out, and that will be available through Wednesday, is absolutely gorgeous. And I'll put show on screen right here a picture of what is going to be in that card kit, and I'm really excited for this one. This one looks really pretty, and I think it's going to have a lot of pieces that you can use for cards beyond just the intended design that they have. It looks like that would be another very versatile paper pumpkin set. So there's a couple things that you can use on the center of the heart here. I have these resin heart embellishments, and those are out of the January through June mini catalog. I also have the wonderful gems, and if you watched any of my holiday videos, you know that I thought these gems are pretty wonderful. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of the heart, the bears, just to bling it up a little bit. And there is our very sweet little Valentine's card. Thank you for watching, and if you wanted to subscribe for Paper Pumpkin, I will put a link down in the show notes below. And if you wanted to purchase any products for this card, I do actually have a couple extra kits that I purchased. I'll have details for that on my website. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks, bye-bye.